Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is our Rice News analyst, Emmanuel Efene. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben.
I see you are not in Valentine mood.
No.
No, you are not too old to do Valentine, to celebrate Valentine.
Good morning, Victoria.
Is this about age or about beliefs?
Tundu.
You don't want to answer me.
Good morning, Mr. Freddy.
You are dodging my question.
Well, if you want an answer, I will give you. I don't do seasonal love. My love is every day for my wife. Thank you.
Well, I hope Madam heard you.
Yes.
That's quite romantic.
That's beautiful.
Now, let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story, Mohammed berates Canada's double standard over protests. Now, the situation in the Canadian border, and it's a good topic for Nigeria's Minister of Information, berating the Canadian government for making any effort to disperse protesters who are protesting for freedom not to take the coronavirus vaccine. And in the process, they have blocked highways with trucks, grounding commerce along that route. The minister is saying, well, he's not gloating, but he needs to point out this double standard, referring to how the Nigerian government was condemned over the End SARS protest and how it turned out. Any parallel there? Maybe, but I think what one should just quickly point out to the minister before the gloating is that whereas the Canadian government had to go to court to get court order for the police to move, evict or eject these people out of the highway, the Nigerian authorities sent soldiers there to the toll gates and they started firing, whether blank or live, and persons died. But that has not happened in the case of Canada. So I don't know why this should be a hot topic for the minister when there are pressing national issues in our country. But again, the minister has to say something. And he's speaking, drawing another parallel with the January 6th insurrection in the U.S. It's another, perhaps, one that missed the point. Perhaps what the minister should realize is that in the case of that insurrection, there was a sitting president who has just been defeated, and he was trying to halt the process of democracy. The parallel we can take from this land, and which we should be teaching the Americans, is that we had a president, a sitting president who was defeated in Nigeria, and he stretched out his hands to congratulate his challenger who had just won. In the US, the incumbent president did not do that. Rather, he tried to whip up insurrection to halt the process of democracy. I think that is where we should take some credit. But the way the minister has gone about it, well, that is his own way. Now, let's look at other stories in other newspapers. Quickly, the Guardian newspaper, strike, not again. Anxious Nigerians warn federal government ASU. Union extends meeting to announce decision today. Most lecturers support industrial action, says source. Parents, stakeholders appeal for restraint. Ex-minister seeks intervention of former union leaders. Of course, the Daily Sun is also having this story. The Daily Sun also has this story, tension as ASU prepares for full-scale strike. May declare warning strike first. NEC takes final decision today. Well, we want again to appeal to the federal government to match words with action. Memorandum of understanding are meant to be implemented. Memorandum of action are also meant to be implemented. But what we have seen after the long strike that made many Nigerian students to spend 1 extra year in the universities, public universities, that is, we don't want to see a repeat. I think the onus is on the federal government now to call ASU and see how they can meet them on their requests. And they are not asking for anything new. They are asking for agreements that have been reached between the federal government and university teachers to be implemented. And I don't think anybody can say they are asking for too much. So we hope that this strike will not be allowed to start so that we don't have another prolonged break in the public universities as we've had in recent times. Now, if we look at the Daily Trust newspaper, 2023 moves to draft Emefiele thickens. Buhari's men pushing CBN governor. Group begins nationwide mobilization. He won't go anywhere. Don't distract him. Apex Bank. Yes, those who are touting the name of Godwin Emefiele, Central Bank governor, as one who is likely to run for the presidency come 2023, well, I don't know where they are getting that from, because Godwin Emefiele, the Central Bank governor, seems to be well focused on his job as Central Bank governor. However, if he's a candidate, will he be a good candidate? If he has the opportunity to run Nigeria, will he do a good job, given his pedigree of what he has done so far as Central Bank governor, where he has literally intervened in so many sectors of the Nigerian economy, including even the Nollywood. Well, let's just leave that. I will leave that for now. Now, the Punch newspaper, fuel sells for 400 naira per liter in Abuja. Others, scarcity persists in Lagos. Marketers still struggling to return adulterated petrol to NNPC. Corporation pleads for patience. Says fuel queues will end soon. But we still have fuel queues. Moved around Lagos yesterday from Ikorodu to Lekki, and I saw many filling stations under lock. And a few that were selling had queues. But again, let's hope the NNPC that has promised that before long we won't see these queues will make good its promise to ensure that there is good fuel everywhere across the country, because that happens to be one of the highlights of President Muhammad Buhari's achievement thus far until this latest incident, that we had fuel everywhere, no scarcity. It doesn't matter, perhaps, that we are paying so much to subsidize fuel. This year, the federal government will be looking for 3 trillion naira to subsidize petrol, not how to run an economy. Now, the independent newspaper, the Daily Independent newspaper, CBN may respond to pressure, tweak MPR twice this year. Now, if we look at the Leadership newspaper, APC convention in dilemma over governor's plot to impose chairman. Well, we just look at the foreign newspapers quickly. The Times of London, leaders in final push to avert Ukraine invasion. Of course, Boris Johnson is expected to travel to Europe, while Olaf Scholz, the German chancellor, is expected in Kiev, all in an effort to avert the Russian invasion of Ukraine, which the US, President Biden's advisors are saying, according to the Wall Street Journal, may happen in a matter of days. Ruben and Tundu.
Well, we seem to have run out of time, Emmanuel Ofeni. Otherwise, I would have loved to comment on the cost of PMS, petrol now in the filling stations, and how black marketers have taken over and are making quick profit, and how civil defense, relying on Section F, subsection 4 of its Enabling Act of 2004, is threatening to shut down filling stations. But unfortunately, we don't have time. And ASU strike all over again. All over the ASU agreement, federal government agreement of 2009. You'll recall that in 2020, this was a big issue. They said a memorandum of action had been entered into with regard to university autonomy, unpaid allowances, the University Transparency Accountability Solution, the IPs, and all of that. And now ASU is saying nothing has been done. More than 1 year later. So I don't know.
I think the government should just sit up.
Anyway, thank you very much, Emmanuel.
Avert this strike.